Hi, I'm Calvin, and I'm one of the organ builders working here in the chapel on the organ. And over the last couple of weeks we've been doing quite a lot of work behind the scenes, which involves, at this stage, cleaning quite a lot of the pipe work which isn't seen down here on the chapel floor. When we look at the organ case, we can see lots of front pipes, or it seems there are lots of front pipes, but actually there are several hundred, if not thousands, more behind it, which people never get the chance to see. Over the last sort of 40 years, since any major work was done on the organ, there's been an accumulation of dirt and dust inside the organ, and this is quite problematic, not just for the organ's mechanism but for the pipework. When it's full of dirt and dust, it doesn't speak or sound as it really should, or at its best. So these are what we refer to as flue pipes, and they work in very much the same way as a flute or a recorder. So when the pipe is standing on the soundboard, which supplies the pipes with air enters the foot of the pipe here. You see just a little hole in the bottom of the pipe. It travels up the foot, and then it creates a sort of little jet of air which travels across the mouth and then hits what we call the upper lip. So we'll just demonstrate that. So we've taken care to clean all of the dirt outside of the pipe. Another type of organ pipe that we have is a reed pipe, and this is from the swell double trumpet. And we can see it looks completely different. So we have a resonator here and a boot, but inside the boot we have a brass shallot and a tongue, which are responsible for producing the sound of the reed pipe. So one of the jobs where with the flue pipes we've been able to wash them in a bath. We certainly have done that with reed pipes too, but one thing we have to take into consideration is the brass shallot, which is this conical tube here, and the tongue, which has a curve. And also on the tongue there is a little weight which is glued on, so that has to be sort of dismantled and cleaned very, very carefully.
Kelvin's explained the process of how we've cleaned the pipework. We also clean the rest of the organ so that there's no dirt around. Also we're checking all moving parts, making sure that the organ's working correctly, responsively from the keyboard, and right up to the end of where the organ will be finely tuned. We'll be listening to all the 2,000 or 3,000 pipes in the organ to making sure that they sound in the correct note. So it's quite a long and careful project.